All right, everybody. Good morning. Happy Sunday. And it is once again on this channel, the calm before the storm. We have a lot of calms and then we have a lot of storms. Tomorrow, we launch another video series. It's going to be a very long video series. It's going to be a very jam-packed video series, but it's going to be a necessary one because we got to understand this upcoming NFL draft. We need to understand these 2025 NFL draft prospects as much as possible so that we are informed going into draft day in late April. So I'm going to go ahead and run down what we're looking at here. I'm going to go ahead and break down what we are going to be doing on this channel over the next approximate month and a half. And I'm also going to go over some considerations that people should make when they are watching the videos. So I've done this for a couple years in a row now, so I don't think this will surprise anybody. But my goal in the next month plus, call it month and a half. It's technically slightly less, but close enough. We're talking about close to 6 weeks. I want to give a rundown of every prospect of note in the 2025 NFL draft. I'm aware that I'm going to miss a couple because that's just the way this process works, but I'm going to do everything that I can to capture the things that need to be captured so that my audience that watches the videos has as good an understanding as I can give of what is covetable and what is not covetable in this class. So it's going to be very similar to previous years. It is. The formula that I've used in previous years seems like it's totally fine. I don't see any need to change it. So we're going to stick to it. Basically, over the next 5 to 6 weeks, I'm going to be making several videos a day, pretty much every day. It's the only way we're going to be able to get through all this. Pretty much every day, we're going to be going through a collection of players in this upcoming draft. And here's how we're going to do it. We're going to kind of sort by position. I'm going to go in order from positions that are very obviously of need to positions that are less obviously of need. And we're going to talk about players. We're going to talk about the player, the information about him, the objective facts about him, testing numbers, measurements, big board positions, statistics. So we're going to get an objective sense of what the player is going into the draft. And then we're going to get into the more subjective as well, so we can get a full picture of the prospect. So, for instance, I have here my draft analysis document from last season. This is 2024. This is what I did for Brock Bowers. I listed out, okay, the name, the college, the age. And by the way, when I list out an age on a draft prospect, I pretty much always use the age that he will be for the first game of the season. So sometimes they're a year older on my list than they are in real life because they're going to grow. They're going to have a birthday between now and the season. Measurements, if they tested at the combine, I'll list their combine measurements, but a lot of players don't. Big board positions on each major big board that I utilize. Statistics, box score stats over the last several, usually I list out like 2 seasons, sometimes 1, never more than 2 though. And then I talk about the player in a more general sense. What does he do well? What does he bring to the table positively? What does he do that other players can't do? What does he not do so well? What could he get better at? What weaknesses does he possibly bring to the table? And then ultimately, how good is he as a prospect? Where should we be valuing him? Where do I think he should go? It's not anything too over the top elaborate. My goal is to talk about each prospect for anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes. Depending on the prospect, you talk about them for 3 to 6 minutes, and then you move on to the next guy. I don't want to spend too long on any one person. I want to be able to give an overview of everyone, or as close to everyone as I can get. So that is what you can expect on this channel. We have to do a lot. We have a lot of ground to cover. I wasn't able to start this stuff before free agency. Some years I'm able to. This year I was not, so we're gonna have to pack it. We might be looking at like 7 videos for some days. And I know that a good chunk of the videos will not be interesting to a big audience. I know that a good chunk of the videos will not get a lot of traction because there's only so much intrigue you can pull out of low-level prospects, guys that are day 3 picks, guys who will be lucky to be day 3 picks, especially at certain positions of non-obvious Seattle Seahawk need. But I'm still going to cover as much ground as I can because I need to do this anyway so I can understand this draft as much as possible. Now, I know some people are going to ask, well, why can't you use game tape? Why can't you use footage? Why can't you use clips in your videos? And the answer is I've had bad experiences trying to do that in the past. I've made attempts to do like film study type stuff, and YouTube tends to not allow me to do it. So I'm not even going to bother trying that. So a verbal explanation, like I just described, is the best I'm going to be able to do. All right, so that's about it in terms of what you can expect. Again, there's probably going to be over 100 videos over the next few weeks about this. I will be covering anything else that happens, but this is going to be the vast majority of content. All right, so one thing I want to say, understand that when I put this together, when I put this data together in a document, when I make the video and then I upload the video and schedule it, it is sometimes weeks before it actually gets published. Some of these videos are going to get recorded days before publishing. Some of them are going to be recorded weeks before publishing. And the documents, it's the document itself, the data, like the big board stuff, that is going to be collected days, if not weeks in advance as well. So if you are watching one of my videos on a draft prospect and I say that the player is ranked 10th on the mock draft database big board, and you look at the mock draft database big board and he's ranked 17th, understand that the player moved between when I looked and when you looked, because big boards are fluid. So if you're wondering where the discrepancy is, if you're wondering why a player went up or down compared to where I have them, that's all it is. I recorded the video ahead of time. Especially this year, it's going to be crucial for me to record videos ahead of time and schedule them for an upload. And I know that's not ideal. I know it would be better to actually talk about something shortly before upload, so that way nothing can change. But this year I'm going to have to do a significant amount of that. So just understand that if you see data that is out of date, it won't be that out of date. The stuff that matters shouldn't be that different. All right. That's really all I can say. Hope you guys are ready for it. Hope you guys are ready for 2025 draft talk. We have quite a few picks. We have good value in this upcoming draft. So we have a position of power. But if we don't draft well, then that position of power will mean nothing. And as a fan base, all we can do is try to be as informed as possible so that when we get to draft day, we're feeling it, we know what's up, and we can go for it. All right. See you guys later. Go Hawks. Probably going to post at least one more video today. Again, I've got a lot of work to do, so I might just focus on research and putting together videos to upload over the next couple weeks. See you guys soon. Go Hawks.